Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. Today, we're diving into a blockbuster offseason rumor that has the Detroit Lions faithful talking. Could the rise and looming payday of Aiden Hutchinson actually prevent Detroit from landing Trey Hendrickson? Stick around, because this twist could reshape our entire defensive strategy. Picture this. The Lions have one of the league's brightest young edge rushers in Aiden Hutchinson, explosive off the line, relentless in pursuit, and already a pro. Bowl-caliber talent. Fans dream of adding Trey Hendrickson, the Cincinnati Bengals sackmaster, to pair with Hutch at the other end, creating an unstoppable duo. Imagine Monday Night Football matchups with two game wreckers blasting through. Offensive lines, but hold that thought. According to insider Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated, the prospect of Detroit trading for Hendrickson may be all but dead on arrival. Why? Because paying Hendrickson top market money sets a baseline for Hutchinson's next contract, and the Lions simply can't afford two mega deals on the edge. Let's dig into the details. Hendrickson has led the NFL in sacks over the last two seasons and is on pace to command $35–40 million per year in free agency. Meanwhile, Hutchinson is entering the penultimate year of his rookie deal, and the front office will want to lock him in with a massive extension, likely north of $20 million annually. Breer argues that any contract for Hendrickson becomes the reference point for Hutch's negotiations. If Trevor Pryce gets $35 million per season, Hutchinson, our homegrown star, deserves at least as much, possibly more. That means Detroit would face a staggering combined cap hit of over $70 million for two edge rushers alone. Brad Holmes, our general manager, has already demonstrated fiscal caution. Last offseason, the Lions let veteran Zadarius Smith walk rather than guarantee his $11 million salary. Holmes made it clear that the roster simply couldn't sustain that burden alongside other pressing needs. Now imagine having to pay both Hendrickson and Hutchinson at elite market rates while still investing in the offensive line, secondary, and skill positions. The arithmetic just doesn't add up, and that's not all. Hendrickson is currently in a contract impasse with the Bengals that could lead to a suspension if not resolved. Detroit would need to strike an agreement before a trade could even happen. Even if the Lions worked out a trade package, likely involving high draft picks and younger prospects, they'd still have to commit to handing Hendrickson a new deal immediately upon arrival. Could Holmes stomach that kind of cap pressure, especially given the aging roster spots and our need to invest in youth? But could it still happen, you ask? Absolutely, there's always a sliver of possibility. Maybe Holmes pulls a rabbit out of the hat, restructures Hutch's deal with backloaded incentives, and finds creative cap gymnastics to squeeze in Hendrickson. Perhaps Detroit jettisons another high-salary veteran to free space. Yet, even insiders whisper that such a move would require a leap of faith and a willingness to mortgage the future for a single position group. So, where does this leave us? For now, the Hendrickson dream feels just that. A dream. Aiden Hutchinson's contract situation, combined with cap constraints and past front office prudence, makes the idea of trading for and signing Trey Hendrickson nearly impossible. But in the NFL, bold decisions can happen overnight. Could the Lions shock us and make the move anyway? Could Holmes decide that pairing two of the game's premier pass rushers is worth any cost? Only time will tell. But what do you think? Would you gamble on such a high-stakes investment in your edge rushers, or would you rather see Detroit spread the wealth across multiple positions? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to read your takes. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep roaring, Lions fans. If you're as invested in Detroit's defensive destiny as I am, smash that like button, hit subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, and ring that bell right now. because what happens next could redefine our entire offseason strategy. Let's pick up where we left off. With the Lions brass balking at the notion of two exorbitant edge rusher contracts, the alternative paths for bolstering our pass rush come sharply into focus. One option is to double down on Hutchinson alone, restructuring his rookie deal with backloaded incentives to free up short-term cap space. By converting a portion of his guaranteed salary into performance bonuses, Detroit could create the wiggle room necessary to target a mid-tier sack artist, someone like Clelin Ferrell or Zadarius Smith returning on a bargain, but without the financial commitment of a top 10 free agent. This budget edge approach preserves our ability to invest in the offensive line and the secondary while still showing a willingness to add help. Another intriguing scenario is to package draft capital in a trade for a younger, cost-controlled rusher. Think of someone like Chase Young, formerly of Washington. Injury history, yes, but massive upside if healthy, and currently on a team-friendly rookie contract with only 1 year left before free agency. Giving up a mid-round pick for Young, and his remaining team option might be a smarter play than chasing Hendrickson's $35 million price tag. Young's freakish athletic traits could make him a true complement to Hutchinson, and if he blossoms, Detroit wins twice: immediate production and, potentially, another building block for the long term. Of course, the most compelling wildcard is the 2025 draft itself. Detroit holds multiple high selections, and this year's class of edge rushers is deep. Prospects like Dallas Turner out of Alabama or Jared Verse from Florida State project as day one impact players. By using our first-round pick on a plug-and-play defender, the Lions can develop a rookie alongside Hutch and avoid the free agent money pit entirely. It's the safest route, arguably the most prudent, given our need to address several roster holes simultaneously. Yet there's a flip side. Trading away draft capital to acquire proven talent can accelerate our window, especially in a division where the Packers and Vikings remain threats. If Holmes truly believes we're 1 or 2 players away from a true contender, a bold move, albeit not Hendrickson, might be justified. Could Detroit swing a trade for Yannick Ngakoue? His contract is manageable, and his near double-digit sack seasons with Jacksonville and Chicago show consistent pass rush prowess. Pairing Ngakoue with Hutchinson would still cost far less than the Hendrickson dream, yet deliver a fearsome 1-2 punch off the edge. Behind the scenes, sources hint at one more twist. Aiden Hutchinson's camp may push for a quicker extension, sensing the Lions' urgency to avoid losing him in free agency. If Hutch secures a deal before Hendrickson's market erupts, Detroit gains leverage. They can argue that their top priority, retaining the young star, has been met, giving them the breathing room to pursue secondary targets without jeopardizing Hutch's future. This domino effect underscores why Hendrickson's presence could be toxic to our salary cap. Every dollar spent on him risks cascading into Hutch's own payday demands. And let's not overlook the human element. Hutchinson himself might object to the team mortgaging the future for a 30-something pass rusher. As a fiercely competitive athlete, he knows his trajectory and the importance of surrounding himself with complementary talent. If he vocalizes his support for a younger, cost-effective partner, the front office will take notice. That alliance between star player and management can steer decisions more than any external rumor. So here's the million-dollar question. Should the Lions even entertain Trey Hendrickson rumors? Or is the wiser path to focus on Hutchinson extensions, high upside, rookie signings and mid-tier veteran bargains? As a die-hard Lions fan, I lean toward balance. Lock up Hutchinson first, then pivot to youthful potential and seasoned role players. But the allure of pairing 2 elite pass rushers is undeniable. Could a calculated gamble on Hendrickson trigger a Super Bowl run? Perhaps, but the risk to our cap flexibility and the message sent to Hutchinson make that gamble feel like a bridge too far. What do you think, Lions Nation? Would you trade future picks for Hendrickson and hope it pays off, or stick to Schroeder? Long-term building blocks? Drop your takes in the comments below. I can't wait to read your perspectives. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss our next big analysis. Until next time, keep roaring and stay proud to be Lions.